how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. We're having a great day. Today, a lot in the news. Now, I've been receiving a lot of word from reliable sources that Shelby American is going to be revealing an all-new GT500 model. Now, if you haven't seen our recent GT500 Signature Edition review, make sure to check it out. It was a very fun video to make. We took out their all-new Signature Series GT500, which features a carbon fiber exposed hood as an option, and also a brand new pulley. They upped the power to around 800 horsepower. It's pretty exciting, and the owner of it let us take it out for a spin to see what it's like to drive. If you haven't seen that video, make sure to click on top of the screen right now. It's really cool, the spec the owner bought. He has blue brakes with a grabber blue roll cage out back, developed by Watson. Altogether, the build is around $30,000 to $40,000 for the Signature Edition model, when it's similarly equipped to the one that we reviewed. However, there are multiple levels that Shelby American offers for their upgrades after the fact. Now, these cars don't necessarily come directly from Ford. What Shelby American is famous for doing is that when you buy a brand new GT500 or a Mustang GT, you can pick a package that you want that's available from their company and send your vehicle to them. What happens after that is that you get to choose all these little bespoke options that you want to create a customizable, very unique and rare car that, with the Shelby American names all throughout the vehicle, is not just developed by the Ford Performance team, but also by the actual Shelby company in Las Vegas. It's really cool how you can do it, and helps for the collectability and I think the value of your car after the fact. Because I know when I had my Super Snake Signature Edition, it did make the value of the car stand much higher above a standard 2014 S197 GT500. With that being said, we had a lot of power, 1,000 horsepower. This new model, well, it's got even more, we're told. But let's put that thought on pause real quick, because let's touch base on the second tier, the current highest available offering Shelby American offers, that being the King of the Road. Now, you guys all know the 2008 King of the Road Mustangs. A lot of them were finished with that amazing silver, and when you look at it in person with the hood pins, it was a really cool spec back in the S197 generation. Now, Shelby American has a GT500 King of the Road, which takes what the Signature Edition GT500 is and raises the bar even higher. 900 horsepower with a brand new 3.8 liter Whipple supercharger. They pull off your OEM Cobra finished supercharger and make the highest offering that they can that's still road legal. 900 horsepower again, with also track suspension upgrades. It should be pretty cool. Now stay tuned for our review and test of that vehicle. I could not wait. Anyways, though, you're watching this video to find out about the latest, the top tier offering, the new Code Red. I remember going to Shelby American and seeing all their cars, even like their experimental Code Red. It was so much fun. The facility they have in Vegas is really nice, and hearing word that they're actually making this experimental model into a real model is pretty exciting. Now, I'm told just a couple dozen will be built, roughly 30 total GT500 Code Reds. And instead of having that 3.8 liter supercharged upgrade, it's got a twin turbo system producing up to 1,300 horsepower. What? Now, we've seen many twin turbocharged GT500s running down the quarter mile the past couple of years, right? It's the ultimate way, I think, to maximize horsepower. At the same time, the torque and horsepower curve will be fundamentally changed from the ground up. That you don't have that gradual, instantaneous boost that you get with a supercharger. With turbos, you got to really get the turbo spooled up, and then you get that instant, just crazy rush of acceleration. So that's going to be the downside and also the positive side of the turbos. When the acceleration comes on, it's going to be hard and unreal and blow away the supercharged version, but you won't have that gradual and linear throttle response that you're used to with a lot of muscle cars. I always thought to myself, what would it be like to actually twin turbo a GT500 and actually drive it? But Shelby is doing it, it sounds like, and having 1,300 horsepower running on E85 is gonna be insane. I'm very curious to see how much money they asked for it, because I know with the S1000, the Shelby 1000 GT500 back in the S197 Gen days was about a $100,000 upgrade. I'm concerned with, do you think that they're gonna make this a $100,000 upgrade package, or will they make it an incremental jump above the $50,000 king of the road upgrade? With just 30 total units being made, the exclusivity factor is definitely there. But in my question I want to ask all of you is, do you think it'll be worth it to buy Code Red GT500 that is, let's say, $100,000 above your current GT500? That would make a $250,000 vehicle, and hopefully we'll see people drive them. All the time I see people buy these rare limited edition versions just as a status statement to tell the world, hey, what kind of model I have. I want to see these cars being driven. And if this new Code Red GT500 is truly not road legal, and it's only legal on the racetrack, or we can actually see buyers track it, or just put it in the collection and stare at it all day while wiping it down. Plus, you would be able to put on all these same upgrades for significantly less money, that being the turbocharging system to get to 1,300 horsepower, I believe. I'm referring to if they charge $100,000 for the upgrade. I still don't know yet. We will know very shortly, in just a handful of days. Shelby American will reveal this all-new model, and I cannot wait to learn more about it. Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Do you think it's going to be a hot new Halo vehicle, or will it be one of those one-off like Cians and so forth that you see with exotic cars that they're cool, they show the world what their engineering team can do, and they make a statement, right, to prove what their top offering can do, but they don't really matter too much because no one really buys them and you're not able to buy them. That's the biggest complaint I have with a lot of these one-off performance vehicles, is just the statement that they're being developed to make. Not necessarily be driven hard. We will find out shortly, though. Now I'm hearing that they're unveiling it at Woodward, but man, it's a bummer because Monterey Car Week is happening, and well, we all know what happens in Monterey. It's a crazy, crazy week of activities with tons of supercars, exotic cars, and all sorts of vehicles. The buyers are definitely there in Monterey. It's a very expensive scene. And I'll be there. Stay tuned for a ton of awesome content from Monterey. With our Shelby background, I just thought to give you guys this update to get all of your thoughts on this new car. Do you think it's going to be worth it, or is it just going to be a cool thing to think about, but never actually take it further than that? From the photos we have seen online, they were putting on a more aggressive wing mount to raise the spoiler. Also, we're going to have carbon fiber accessory components all throughout the vehicle, like a carbon fiber side skirt and front splitter assembly. A few things I want to touch base on that I'm kind of concerned about. Now, if you don't know this, all the Shelby American upgrade packages that you can get for the GT500 void the original OEM warranties for the powertrain and the engine. So if you get the signature edition model with the pulley on it, it will void the engine warranty and the drivetrain. Therefore, if you damage your dual clutch transmission, well, that transmission, I believe, is a $20,000 to $30,000 transmission. I can't imagine trying to fix that. Or the engine, oh my gosh, that's going to be a whole different story. Hopefully, Shelby American will build out the internals of the block and also other reinforcement measures for the vehicle. I don't know if they will be able to mess with the transmission. The transmission has been, in the past, pretty locked up, and getting inside of it will risk a lot of damage. Now, if you put a lot of power and throw it into the transmission, I think the transmission, since it is only rated at around 650 pound-feet of torque from what I recall, it's going to be I'm looking forward to finding out how it will survive all that extra force and power. I know with their Shelby 1000s of the past and other models, they have gone through the efforts of, rebuilding the internals of the 5.8 liter V8 that was supercharged for the previous gen GT500. So probably expect them to do the same thing for this car. Lastly, I think it's safe to say we'll be seeing a wide body kit on it because of having all that extra horsepower, 1,300 horsepower, having the wide body kit with the wider rubber out back. I think it's 345s. That will really help to put the power down onto the ground for any straight line acceleration that you do. I think this is going to be more of the drag racer, right? The ultimate drag racing GT500. that is bespoke from Shelby American, while the King of the Road is really a all-around performance vehicle that you can drive on the street fast, take down a lot of high horsepower cars, but then go to the racetrack, put down lap times that are also extremely fast. The Code Red will probably be like the drag racer, right? The Cobra Jet of Shelby American produced vehicles. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button to help me out and subscribe for much more great content coming out your way. I'll see all of you in the next episode.